Hello and welcome to Senturus Power BI Visualizations Intermediate. My name is Patrick Powers, trainer, data architect, and developer here at Senturus. This module is on filtering. In this video, we will look at how to use the filter pane, compare workbook level versus visualization level filters, and add a slicer to our canvas. Power BI offers us many different options for filtering data. Our filters pane will show us any currently applied filters. This can be filters for a specific visualization, all of the visualizations on a page, or all of the visualizations in a workbook. All of these filters can exist at the same time in any given workbook. Filters can be locked down or hidden as needed. When a filter is locked, the user can still hover over it and see what has been applied to the data. When it's hidden, the user will not know a filter has been applied. Filters can also be formatted to fit the look and feel of a visualization. To modify the filter pane, you can leverage a theme. You can also rearrange filters as needed. In addition to using the filters pane, you can drag a slicer directly onto the report canvas. This will give the user interactivity with the report page. Slicers can be adjusted to impact all of the visualizations on a page or just specific ones. As there are multiple ways to filter a visualization in Power BI, we need to make some choices. The easiest way is to use the filters pane. So we're going to see how these different options impact our data. First, we're going to look at our products based on sales, but filter them by quantity. So I've created a new report page, and I'm going to add a clustered column to my canvas. I'm going to resize it to fit the workspace. And from dim product, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to bring over product name. From fact internet sales, I'll add sales amount. This is clearly too much data to try and work with. So we're going to need to filter this down to make it usable. Our users have decided they don't want to look at any of the products containing mountain. So we're going to go ahead and exclude these from our report before filtering down on quantity. Here in the filters pane, we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on filters on this visual, and we'll click the down arrow on product name. We're going to go ahead and change the filter type to advanced filtering. And under the show items when the value, we're going to say does not contain, and we'll type in mountain. To apply this, I need to click the apply filter. The filter turns gray to show that it has been applied. And we've reduced down our data set here on the canvas. We're now going to filter the rest of the data by our bottom products based on quantity. So we're going to take another instance of product name, and we're going to drag it to the filter pane to add data fields here. For this, under filter type, I'll select top N. For show items, I want my bottom 10, and then I have to specify a value. For the value, I'll bring in order quantity. Once again, I need to go ahead and click on Apply Filter. Here we see our bottom 10 products, minus anything that contains mountain. If we want to go ahead and see how many of each product was sold, we can add order quantity to the tooltips drop zone of the visualization. Now when we hover over, we get our sales amount and our quantity for both. This was using the filter pane for a single visualization. We can also use the filter pane to control multiple objects on a page. So let's go ahead and create a new page. And we're going to build two visualizations, one controlled by a local filter, both controlled by a page filter. So we'll start off by adding a table. And I'm going to resize it to take up about half of the screen. For this one, I'll add model name, and I'll add sales amount. From the ribbon, go to Insert, and we'll do New Visual. And then over on the visualization pane, I'm going to click on the clustered column chart. Making sure that I've got this new one selected, I'll add order quantity. And from dim customer, I'm going to add occupation. So at this point, I've got model with sales, and I've got occupation and order quantity. I want to apply a page level filter to both of these visualizations. From dim order date, I'm going to expand out the order date hierarchy, and I'm going to drag year to the filters on this page drop zone. Set the type to basic filtering, and I'm going to check require a single selection. Now if I pick a year, both of my visualizations are impacted. For the table, I want a regional filter. So I'm going to select the table visualization. And from dim sales territory, I'll drag sales territory region to the filters on this visual drop zone. And I'll do what we did in the last one, make sure it's basic filtering, single selection, and now I can pick just a single country. Note that it's only impacting my table. This is impacting both, whereas this is just impacting the table. For our last one, we want to go ahead and use a slicer. This will make our report page more interactive and user-friendly. I'm going to add a new report page. Once again, a clustered column chart. And I'll resize it to about 3/4 of the page this time, so I save room for my slicer. We'll use sales amount. And from dim customer, I'm going to use country. I'm going to make sure that nothing is selected. And I'm going to take from dim order date, year. I'm going to drag it out here to the canvas. This gives me a blank visualization with no structure. Under visualizations, I'll turn this into a slicer. Now we can resize this, take up a little bit less space, and I can resize my column chart. By default, because I used year, it's created a slider. We want to go ahead and we want to make this an individual list. So I'm going to click this down arrow, and here I have my options, and I'll pick list. Now I can click on each one of my years here in the visualization. I can add a second slicer, making sure nothing is selected. Now I'm going to go to dim product, and I'll drag product line over. Once again, turn it into a slicer under the visualization pane. And because this is text-based, it automatically starts out as a list. Now, I can use both of my slicers, and it gives our users some interactivity with this report. That concludes this module where we filtered data in different ways. We used a filter pane, we worked with page level versus visualization level, and we worked with slicers. Tune in to our next video where we will cover how to drill on a visualization. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and check back for the next entry in the series. Thank you for watching.